Hey, it's your girl Tamari. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for watching today. I have this beautiful fall sunset makeup tutorial. I might be a little ahead of myself with fall, but whatever. I just decided to go for it. So this is the look that I have going for you. So let's get right into the tutorial. But first, make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit the like button so you join the Terror Squad so you don't miss any of my uploads. Now let's go. Hey, so I already started with my eyebrows and I primed my eyelids. For my eyebrows, I used the Benefit Cosmetics Precisely My Brow Pencil in the shade 4.5. And then for my concealer, I just used my LA Pro Girl concealer in beige. So moving on with the eyes, I'm using the James Charles palette by Morphe, and I'm picking up this orangey shade as my transition color. I lost the plastic that went with it, so forgive me, but it is that pretty peachy orangey shade, and I'm just blending that into my crease until I get about this effect. I want a great transition with this, so I want to make sure that that is nice and blended out. And next I'm taking my Ace Beauty Grand Noir palette and I'm picking up the shade Poppy, and I'm using a slightly smaller blending brush for this just so that I have a little bit more control over where the color is going. So I'm going to pick up a little bit of that, and I'm going to start by patting it into the crease just so that I know exactly where the shape is going to be. And then I'm going to slowly start blending that towards my inner corner. Again, patting and dragging. My hair has been getting in the way this whole tutorial. But I'm patting and dragging this poppy shade all the way towards my inner corner. Just making sure that the color is going on nice and even. And then I'm going to grab the same brush that I used to apply the transition shade, and I'm just going to go over that lightly to blend both colors together nice and seamlessly. Because we want this to be a pretty good, this is going to be a pretty big ombre look all around. So this blending will help with doing that. And I'm just going to go back in with the poppy shade just to make that reddish color more vivid. So next I'm going with my Alamar Cosmetics palette, and there's a darker shade in here called Guantanamera, I think that's how you pronounce it, but it's a little bit more of a darker maroon color. So I'm taking my angled brush and I'm just carving out my crease because I'm doing a cut crease for this. So I want my crease to be a little bit more defined, and the other two palettes didn't have the color that I needed. So that's why I'm going in with this shade in the angled brush. So I'm just taking my time picking up the Guantanamera shade and then just going in and taking my time to carve that out. And the reason why I'm using this angled brush is because I have a little bit more control, because with the fluffy brush, you can run into bringing the color up too high and just ruining all of our hard work blending out the previous two shades. So this is good for just placing down the color. And then I'll go ahead and pick up that same brush that I used to put down Poppy and blend out this darker red shade. And do this with a light hand. You just want to make sure that the pigment melts in with the other colors. You don't want to move it around too much. So now I'm going to go ahead and cut my crease. I'm just going to use that LA Pro Girl concealer. I'm not going to go too in depth on how I cut my crease. I have a couple of other videos where I go more in depth on how to cut the crease, but I'll just go ahead and skip. And right here, I'm just making sure that that line is nice and precise, because we want that for a cut crease. So this is what I have going on. Moving along. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is start with the inner corner. I'm going to pick up this bright yellow shade, and I'm going to mix it in with that champagne-y shade because I want it to be a little golden, slightly golden. But I'm just going to pick up a small flat brush and start packing that on the inner corner of my eye. I'm probably going to bring it up maybe like a quarter of the way up into the eyelid, but that is how far I brought it out. And I'm taking this burnt orange shade by Natasha Denona And I'm going to use a flat fluffy brush, like a shader brush, shader blending brush, whatever you want to call it. And I'm blending that right into that yellow so that we get this ombre going. We're going from yellow to orange to red to burgundy. So this color will just help that ombre and the transitions. And it has a little bit of shimmer, so I like that as well. So I'm just blending that, making sure that I'm paying attention to the crease so that I don't go over that line and mess up that harsh cut crease that we have. So next I'm going to pick up Poppy, and I'm going to use the same brush that I've been using the whole time for that. And I'm going to start blending out my outer V. So I'm just putting that right next to where we put the Natasha Denona shade and blending that line so that the colors are blending together nice and evenly. And blending that into Guantanamera from the Alamar Cosmetics palette that we put down before. And we will be blending that out, so don't worry. Just doing this for now. So after that, I'm taking that same brush that I put down the orange shade and just blending in between Poppy and the orange to make sure we have a nice transition. And then with this thicker brush, I'm picking up Guantanamera and I'm putting it on the outer corner just so that we have that nice dark outer V. And I'm packing it on with this brush, but I'm gonna pick up a different brush, the same brush that we use with Poppy, to blend everything out. And that's what I'm doing right now. And I'm making sure not to blend it onto where we have the cut crease because we don't want to ruin that line that we drew out. So I'm just dragging it out, and I'm not too worried about the edges because we're going to clean those up anyway right now. So I just have a tissue with a little bit of Vaseline on it, and I'm just going to go ahead and drag that up and get rid of any excess shadow that we dragged out onto our skin. And now we have nice clean lines. So it wasn't as red as I liked it, so I went back into the James Charles palette and picked up this bright red shade, and I just used the same brush that I used to put down that orange, and I'm just layering it right on top of that line where Poppy and the Natasha Denona shadow met. So I'm cutting the orange in half and just laying this bright red shadow on top to give us a more vivid eyeshadow look. So I'm just doing that on both eyes, and you can see here how much of a difference that's made. And I'm just taking the Poppy brush and blending everything together. So now I'm going to go ahead and put on some eyeliner and be right back. And now that we have our eyeliner on, we can go ahead and put on our lashes. The lashes I'm wearing is in the style Mumbai by Sumptuous Beauty. You can go on their website and use my code TARA10 for 10% off. But I'm going to go ahead and put those on. And now that I do, we're going to go ahead and get into the face. So I primed my skin with the Cover FX primer, and I almost ruined my foundation, like always. But I'm just going to go ahead and pick up my L'Oreal Pro Matte Foundation in the shade 109. And I just like to dot this all over my face, and then I'm taking my damp beauty sponge and blending everything together. And after I have my foundation blended out, I'm going to take my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in Tan Sand, and I'm just applying this under my eyes. And I really need to get another one. Like, I'm over here scraping the inside of the bottle trying to get product out, but I'm putting it underneath my eyes, on my forehead, down the bridge of my nose, and on my chin. And then I'll do the same thing and blend it out using my damp beauty sponge. So I just went ahead and finished my face off camera for the rest of my contouring. For contouring, I used my other LA Pro Girl concealer in the shade Beautiful Bronze. And then to set that, I put on the Pure Sculptor palette. And I mainly use this color right here, which is Inventor. And then after I did my concealer, I did set that with my Pretty Vulgar Matte Bowed setting powder. So now we can go ahead and finish up the eyes. What I'm going to do, first I'm going to go ahead and take Poppy, the shade that we've been using, and I'm going to take just a small, like, little brush, and I'm going to blend that underneath the eye. And I had some of that orange on there, so There's some of that. And just do the same thing on both eyes. Actually, I was gonna do something a little bit darker on the bottom, but I kind of like it just like red like this. So I think I'm gonna leave it like that. And then I'm gonna add some mascara to the bottom. BRB. Okay, and then for our blush today, I'm gonna be using Black Radiance in the shade Toasted Almond. This is what it looks like. I'm just gonna use my flat face brush and apply this to the apples, going up towards my upper cheekbone area. And then for my highlighter, I'm using my Fenty Beauty Kilowatt Duo as usual. And I'm just gonna be using my highlighter brush, and I'm picking up Hustle Baby, and I'm gonna be applying that to the apples. Not the apples, the like height of my cheekbone. I'm trying to finish up because it is starting to get dark early and I need to take pictures before the sun goes down. I'm gonna be so upset if I miss this lighting. So I'm layering the highlighter like a little thicker for like just picture purposes. But I'm also going to be taking the same highlighter and using it as an inner corner for my eyeshadow. So it's going to take some of that and put it in my inner corner as well. Alright, now we can move on to the lips. I need some moisture, so I'm just taking a little bit of Vaseline. Alright, so now that I have that, I'm going to go ahead and take my lip liner by, I believe this was by Rimmel London in the shade Wine, but I've had it so long all of the stuff is rubbed off. So I'm taking Rimmel London in the shade Wine to line my lip. Alright, and then I'm going to be using Lime Crime liquid lipstick in the shade Wicked. And it takes me a little bit to put this on, so this is what it looks like, but I'm going to put it on off camera and I'll be right back. Welcome back. So this is our finished look. I hope you enjoyed this fall sunset makeup tutorial. If you did, make sure to give me a thumbs up and also hit that like button and subscribe button. I don't know if I said that twice already, but whatever. Make sure you do it so you join the Tara Squad. I upload every Tuesday and Thursday. You can also check me out on Instagram at Beauty by Tara Marie to check out more of my looks and mini tutorials, and I will catch you next time.